Good evening, everyone, and happy Rabbit Day tomorrow. Actually, on a side note, tomorrow is Easter, as we know, but does anybody know where a rabbit came in for Easter holiday? I mean, according to South Park, the Pope, Jesus, actually wanted the Pope to be a rabbit. That is why the Pope's hat looks like it would fit on top of a rabbit's head. And, I mean, maybe that's possible. Because I don't know exactly where the idea of the resurrection of Jesus and the rabbit came in. So maybe if someone can tell me where the correlation between Easter and the rabbit came in, because I'm actually curious. Or maybe it's true. Maybe South Park is correct, and it was brought down it was a secret society called the Hair Club for Men. Yeah, okay, anyways. America's never been great. Student records teachers saying Trump Make America Great Again slogan trying to bring back segregation. Ah yes, we have more of these neo-Marxist postmodernist teachers, and that is the fundamental issue we are seeing, especially in college campuses today, is these hardcore activists, not just judges, but activist teachers and professors that are not only trying to leave the door open for their students to make up their own mind, to think outside the box, but are willfully trying to influence them, trying to indoctrinate them to think a certain way, to view people in a separate light. We've seen this especially with the whole issue in Canada, with the Jordan B. Peterson affair with Lindsay Shepard, who was a teacher's aide. And she was doing a class where she showed a video of Jordan Peterson talking with somebody else, and the college freaked out on her. They freaked out on her because Jordan Peterson is synonymous with Hitler. He is a bigot, and it is not right. It is not right to have opposing viewpoints in college. They even said that. That's not my words. She said, I wanted to show the topic from two different points of views. And one of the teachers, one of the high staff and the faculty said, yeah, that's sort of the problem. So we have an admission right there, and we see this all over. And I'm about to play you a quick part of one of my videos where we saw this before Trump was even before he's even elected. This is during his campaign, actually, and it's only going to get worse. But before we go on to that, we should maybe find out what happened here. So let's go over the article a little bit. So on Fox and Friends, Abby Huntsman interviewed a Georgia middle school student who captured audio of her teacher ripping Trump and his MAGA slogan. Josie Orhela of Hampton Middle School near Atlanta began recording on her phone when 6th grade teacher Janetta Brenton began reaming out the president. When my president says, let's make America great again, what was he talking about? Benton is heard asking, and later adding that Trump mean when America was great for Europeans. Because, Benton continues, when it comes to minorities, America's never been great for minorities. Okay, so first off, this is this is kind of bad that this is happening in 6th grade. I strongly disagree with it happening in college, but I can kind of see it happening more in college, because in college you are an adult now. I mean, you have developed more physically and emotionally, and you know, it's easier to basically, I guess, express an opinion for people to understand it. But now they're starting even younger now. They're trying to indoctrinate these students in 6th grade. We could even see this happening in kindergarten. Many parents are trying to brainwash their children into hating Trump, or even worse, trying to make them think they're transgender. There was an incident, I think a few months back, where the parents of a young girl, she's young, I think 4 or 5, or toddler age, around there, they're trying to convince her that she is transgender. I mean, because they themselves are transgender. So they're trying to basically make their parents, they're trying to make their child transgender. And that is just disgusting on so many levels. You should let your child do what they want. I mean, it's not unusual. Like, I should put it this way. If your boy maybe plays with dolls every now and then, does not mean he is transgender. That does not mean you should make him transgender. In Canada now, I heard this on Crowder, I think, in Canada is actually illegal. I heard it's on Worski. It is actually, if your daughter or your son wants to act transgender and you prevent them from acting transgender, you could lose your child for child endangerment. That is Canada. Canada is becoming a fascist nation. Canada is losing its civil rights more and more every day. And Justin Trudeau is just a fool. He is just an idiot. He is just a horrible, horrible, retarded human being. It is insane. It is insane that people actually elect that kind of person. But then we see the same thing happening in California with people electing Nancy Pelosi and Dianne Feinstein and just, what's her name, Maxine Waters, and who's the other one, Kamala Harris. So, I mean, I kind of look at Canada like another California in a way, in terms of its policy and its platforms and its neo-Marxist and postmodernist attitudes. But anyways, let's continue a little bit. It kept getting worse and worse, the student said. Though not captured on the audio played by Huntsman, the teacher said that at one point, the teacher surmised aloud that Make America Great Again could be a precursor to try and bring back segregation. Yeah, it's getting worse and worse. Folks, it's getting worse and worse, and it's time to fight back. So, here's a video I did a while back. Are you regressive?
Maybe this video will help these strictly because they don't like what they say. Questioning their beliefs. They indoctrinate young students in school.
Our nation is divided. We have been assaulted. It's an act of terrorism. One of the most frightening things for me and most people in my life is that the people committing the assault are among us.
Teaching them conservatism is evil, and they should not show tolerance for anyone who opposes their ideology.
White supremacist and a vice president that is one of the most anti-gay humans in this country. And so we are in for a difficult time.
They believe the rights of the few should dominate the rights of the many.
It's kind of sad. It is very sad, but we are devolving more and more, and it's time to stop it. I am sure, I'll be honest, I mean, I consider going back to school sometimes. In the past, I'm still kind of considering, but if I was in a classroom, and if I had a hardcore postmodernist / neo-Marxist professor, and he was trying to lecture me, I would probably argue back with him, and I'd probably get a video of it. Maybe you might say that's just me seeking attention, but I couldn't stand it. I could not stand there and listen to a professor or a teacher trying to indoctrinate students by not allowing them to think outside of the box, by not allowing them to hear dissenting viewpoints, by not allowing them to argue for something that contradicts the norm. I could probably get suspended because I would be fed up with this. But I don't think, well, in my state anyways, I don't think I would ever run into that type of behavior from professors. There's not many neo-Marxists and postmodernists in my state. There are some Bernie Sanders supporters, though, which is kind of ironic, but yeah. And I'm done.